My name is Gina, and I have been in this chair for about 8 hours. You are joining me at what I hope will be the end of my day, and hopefully the last or second to last video I will film today. And what we are going to do is review 10 products that I've got here in about 10 minutes. Over the course of the past month or so, I've picked up a few things that don't really need their own dedicated videos about, and I have no desire to do a dedicated video about, but they are things that I have opinions about and things that are useful or not useful to me that I just want to share. So without wasting any more time, let's get into it. The first thing that I want to talk about is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This is not a new or groundbreaking product. I'm sure that if you are in the beauty sphere at all, you've heard of this in some capacity. I bought this because it's very light, if you can tell, and I do like the color of it for a very light moment for me. Like if I'm not feeling a full bronze and contour, I cannot stand the smell and I cannot stand the packaging. Like this is fucking dumb. This is just stupid. I want to break it, but I don't want to depot it and put it in with another palette because this fucking smell is gonna like contaminate all of it. It's like I hear it's supposed to be like coconut oil or like tan whatever, but it smells like buttered popcorn. So I will keep it. I will probably continue to use it sparingly, but I will not repurchase it. I'll look for another light bronzer. The second thing I've got is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation. I almost dropped it. This I have mentioned before. I bought this foundation a couple of years ago. Not this exact one. I bought a different one that I thought was the most beautiful thing I ever put on my face, but after a little while it became like it didn't oxidize, but as it dried dark and pink, and it was just really awful looking on me. So sadly I had to take it back. But this they expanded their shade range, and I'm happy to say that this 95 Ivory Warm is one of the best shade matches I have ever had. It looks really white in the bottle, but it's not quite that white on my skin, and it's lovely. The only beef I have with it, I believe this is, I don't remember if it's a matte or like a natural matte finish. I don't remember what the finish is called. I'll put it up here, but it does really emphasize the texture in this part of my face, which is generally where like my acne and blackheads tend to pop up. And I'm not a big fan of that. And then it also creases in my forehead. So when I put it down, I have to immediately put powder on it. Additionally, it really just doesn't have as much coverage as I prefer to have with my foundations. So I either have to put on a lot more concealer to cover like my freckles, or I have to just put a bunch of it on. I'm very curious to see how this will be in the winter when I don't have freckles to cover and how I feel about it then. But in general, I'm a big fan. Next, I've got something I'm less excited about, which is the ColourPop. These are ColourPop sticks. This is a blush and this is a highlighter. I'm very surprised that people like these so much, because my experience with them thus far has been that I put them down on my foundation and try and blend them out, and they pick up my foundation. And that's really annoying. I find them really hard to work with and really hard to get working right, so I'm not a huge fan, and I'm glad I didn't pay very much for them. The next thing technically isn't a makeup product, but I do find them to be very useful. These are technically two products, but I'm smushing them together. These are paint brushes. This one is from a brand called Dugato. It is a #1 flat, and I'm not actually reviewing this specific brush. I've got a set of them that I got off of Amazon. These are great, just all-purpose thin brushes. One of the things that I find a lot with makeup brushes is that I guess in order to make them soft, they don't really have a sharp line, and so doing detail work around the lips or cutting the crease ends up being way more difficult than it needs to be. And so grabbing these has been really helpful. I used this flat one to do my best friend's wedding makeup to carve out her lips, and it was really, really useful. I also like lining my lips with them. The set also comes with round brushes, so like what you would think of as a liner brush, and I think the set was like 20 bucks. So I really like them. I also like these. These are what's called a filbert brush in paint, which is flat with a round edge on top. And there's 4 of these that I have here, and they are great for crease cutting and laying down base in the crease. They are wonderful for that as well, and I love them. Again, they're very cheap. This is maybe A Magic. It's a number 4 brush. They are plenty soft. The only concern I have about them is I think that they will break down a lot faster. The next thing I've got is actually old. This is a lipstick from House of Uni, or it could also be Uni, I'm not sure. This is a lipstick. I have 2 of them. I used to have 4, but I got rid of 2 because I wasn't really using them. These are great lipsticks. This is Empress. It's one of my go-to nudes, as you can see by its general shape. And then I also have Wicked, which is a matte black. I also get a fair bit of use out of this. I love these. My spouse bought them for me maybe 3 or 4 years ago, and they're still good. They're still going strong. Empress has a cream finish, and Wicked is a matte black. They're both great. I love them. And I've never talked about them before, so I wanted to give them a shout out because Empress is a staple in my routine. I have another thing from ColourPop here. It's the ColourPop Crim Gel Liner, and mine is in black. I have this because my Holy Grail pencil, or my Holy Grail stick eyeliner, is the Ardency in Modster eyeliner, but I think the company has gone out of business, so I can't get it anymore. My eyes are really watery, my lids are really oily, so having an eyeliner that doesn't break down over the course of the day is really important to me. So I'd heard really good things about the ColourPop Creme Gel Liner. For me, I would say for me, it's like a C+. I don't love it, I don't hate it. The formula is fine. I didn't notice any like particular bleeding, but the deal breaker for me is that it's retractable, which I realize is a sell for a lot of people. But there's a big gap, like there's a large space between the edge of the barrel here and the tip of the product. So most of the time when I'm using a stick liner like this, I'm lining the underside of my waterline. And what I need a pencil to have like that smooth line between the barrel and the end of the product, and this just doesn't have that, so it's really difficult to get in there. I had sort of solved that problem by pushing out the liner all the way, but it broke because it's so soft. So it's really not my favorite. It's okay for now. Unfortunately, I think I'm relegated to the Marc Jacobs Highliner. Next up on my list, again, if you're in the beauty community at all, you don't need to hear what I think about this, but I did want to touch on it. When I bought 50 or so glitters from Super Glitters at once, and I decided to try out the Lit Cosmetics glitter glue. The shit's amazing. This is my second liquid glitter glue. The first one I got was Liquid Sugar from Eye Candy Cosmetics, which is not that great. But this, the way that this works is that you dip your brush, you get a flat synthetic brush like this, you dip it in here, and then you dip it in your glitter, and you can just paint the glitter on. Like it just goes on so smoothly. And because this is liquid, it stays malleable for a little while longer, and you can actually blend your glitter. You can actually like take your brush and like fade it out. I love this shit so much. This is wonderful, and I'm so glad that I have it. We have 2 things to go. One is the Makeup Revolution Cut Crease Canvas. I This is okay. As just for me as a eyeshadow primer, it's awful. My shadows were creasing within an hour or two of using this, just this. When I use like concealer or the P. Louise base, they still crease on me, but not to this extent. This is much more liquidy than the P. Louise base, which I kind of like, but so it makes the application of the crease a lot easier because you're not dealing with like a chunky base that's gonna skip like with the P. Louise base. In general, I'd say it's okay. If you don't have oily eyelids, I think this is probably a good option. If you do, I'd skip it or only use it in concert with the primer that you trust. Yeah, it's fine. I have one more after this. Sorry, I can't count. This is the Bodyography Pro Makeup Brush Cleaner. I got this in a BoxyCharm a long time ago and love this stuff. Yeah, I don't think I have anything bad to say about it other than it's kind of expensive. I feel like this bottle was like 23 bucks and I'm like, I've got it in my hand and I'm like, I think I might be halfway through this. And I think it's worth the price. I've tried other spray brush cleaners and I just don't like them as much. It takes a little bit longer to dry than say like Sephora has one and then Cinema Secrets has one as well. It's like, and by a little bit longer, I mean like a minute or two. It's not like long drying. This is great. Love it. Finally, we have two products that I did not look up the names for, but I will put them down below when I talk about them. So these are metal eyeshadow pans. And you would think like, Gina, there can't be that much difference between metal eyeshadow pans. And a few months ago, I would have totally agreed with you. But I have purchased two different eyeshadow pan sets from Amazon. One has performed flawlessly. The other has been a giant pain in my ass. The one that is good is over here, and the one that is not good is going to be over here. The one that's good, it's just well, first of all, you get 50 pans for like $9, and then over here you get 25 pans for $9. Not super stoked about that. Then this one over here is the first time that I encountered like the eyeshadows that I was repressing would not adhere to the pan. I did not have a problem with that with any eyeshadow I pressed with the other pans, just that one. I also found these pans to be thinner, like in a, like these will bend and break kind of way. I found in the package a lot of like the edges to be chipped and broken, so I couldn't use them. It's just really cheap and bad, but these are excellent and so far so good. I highly recommend them. Okay, that is it. That is actually, I think, 11 products, hopefully in 10 minutes. I don't think I've been here for that long. Hopefully you find this helpful as you go out into the world and purchase things. I hope that you liked this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Have you tried these things? Do you like them? Do you not like them? How much do you love the Lit Cosmetics glitter glue? Because I'm pretty sure there's no other option but to love it. If you like me and my flowing red hair, please do subscribe to the channel. I upload on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays for the foreseeable future. You can find me on the internet at Faces by Gina. I have an Instagram and a Facebook under that name where I upload every single day. I hope that you're having a great evening or morning or afternoon wherever you are, and please do remember to think deeply, engage the world around you as you're being good to yourself and good to other people. I will see you out there on the internet. Bye.